Oh, hello and welcome to our webinar of today about the data maintenance solution for corporate modular and enterprise architecture. My name is Helmut and I'm working with corporate modular since over 10 years, and since 2 years I'm responsible for Casewise Germany. And this is where the DMM idea began 2 years ago, when we started to transform customer requirements into a new solution, the data maintenance module. So today we're covering the data maintenance module with the following topics. First, the definition of what is data maintenance, why the data maintenance is important for enterprise architecture, what kind of EA frameworks are we supporting. Then we also, of course, look to the architecture of corporate modular and data maintenance module. But the main part we're focusing on the product presentation. So it's a live act directly on the data maintenance module. At the end, we're looking into the DMM benefits and a final. Have you missed the live webinar session? No worries. In order to watch the full webinar recording, please visit our website at datamaintenancemodule.com. You will also receive other related documents for downloading. Is of course the same, and we have in the core center the central repository Corporate Exchange, and there are SIG clients like Corporate Modular Suite, vModular, but also a couple of SIM clients, and here we have also our data maintenance module in place. Now the different stakeholders or user can now decide what they would like to use. If user would like to model in Corporate Modular, want to draw diagrams, import, export with AutoModular using Corporate Publisher, they're using usually, of course, the SIG clients. Some clients are also maybe interested in using the SYN clients, so they're not necessarily only focusing on the SIG clients, and most of the people, especially the DMM users, are looking for the SYN client solution only. So that's the overview of this architecture, and what I would like to present you now as part of the product presentation is first the DMM design view. So we will design a DMM view live, and I would also like to show you the end user view that helps the information owner to update their data. Have you missed the live webinar session? No worries. In order to watch the full webinar recording, please visit our website at datamaintenancemodule.com. You will also receive other related documents for downloading. Here you have the menu for creating new views, but in our case I have prepared already a webinar view that we can have a look at. When you create a view, a DMM view, two informations are very important. First, you need to select the model that you want to work with and the main or the base object that you want to work with. As we want to create a service owner view, I have chosen the service as a main object. Later on we will publish this view. This means it's public available to the audience, and then it also gets on the left hand side this little symbol so that we see immediately what is published and what not. Below we see tagging. The tagging mechanism is a new functionality. It's based on a user-defined object tag, and if we select these objects, all information inside this view will be filtered based on this tagging. So for example, if you have 5,000 services and only a couple of hundred for the region Europe, if you select this, the owner will only see the Europe-based services. Then we have target audience, and that's the main or the most important part of this view definition, because here you can define, first of all, your editor assignment. So what is the association type that represents the ownership of data? Then we can select what kind of authorization we would like to use. So we can do the authorization based on the tagging mechanism, or in our case, we're choosing the roles for authorization. Have you missed the live webinar session? No worries. In order to watch the full webinar recording, please visit our website at datamaintenancemodule.com. You will also receive other related documents for downloading. And as I'm at the moment a service owner, I can see all my records, in my case 2 records, where I am responsible service manager, service owner. If I have also other responsibilities, I might see able more views like a process owner view or risk manager or compliance manager or whatever. So depending on your maintenance role, you are able to see multiple views and of course multiple instances. Now once we have this, we also see the edit, delete and new button, and if I want to edit this information, I can actually now change information. I can also make it invalid. For example, I've made it mandatory, my service specification, which was the renamed category, and now because it's mandatory, the value undefined is not allowed. So that means I need to select a proper value. The same with the description. So if I move away from this field, I see immediately this field is required. So I cannot save it without adding a description. So just adding a description. Then you have also some kind of controls that might be helpful. And then you can update this information. So once you have updated this information, it's immediately saved in the repository, and the enterprise architect is getting a system notification that I've changed this value. I take a look to this email notification a bit later. So now that we have defined this base object, let's go back to the administration and add our first section. So for this, I would like to choose the actor is owned and governed by, so that's a relationship to a service. And in the section properties, we can define should it be shown, and is the information owner allowed to link information, create new actors, and maybe unlink actors. So I leave this with this section, so the information owner is not allowed to create new actors. If I open the actor itself, I can see 2 areas. One are the association properties and one are the child properties. So if we think about the service as a parent object, the actor is the child object, and therefore the child properties are the object of the actors. Then I can simply select here, depending on whatever you want to publish to the information owner of this, or the service owner. So if we press the save button, again we could switch the order of the objects, and if we go to the object itself or to the property itself, we can actually make everything read-only, because actually we don't want the service owner to change any information on this actor record. That means we can actually limit the access rights on field level. So that's now the property of the actor. The other area here is the intersection object, where the race information is. Same principle here. I simply select them and save, and I could now check if the order is here okay, racy, perfect. I can read everything. Now if we switch now back to our views, we can see the change immediately, and below the base object I can now also identify my section. Now different associations are already there. I allowed to unlink, that means you have the unlink button here, and you can simply unlink all the actors that might not appear or that are not responsible in this case. Or you can obviously, of course, edit information like the supplier here, and we see the information is grayed out, is not accessible, so I cannot change any information in the actor itself, but, and that's allowed here, I can set my race information and also see my user-defined help. That gives me some guidance in case I'm not aware or not sure what needs to be filled out. Have you missed the live webinar session? No worries. In order to watch the full webinar recording, please visit our website at datamaintenancemodule.com. You will also receive other related documents for downloading. Go to the last slide today. It's about the DMM benefits. First, we have the information owner, the one who is knowing his objects best. He's responsible for updating the information. He has the role-based views, providing easy access to access the relevant data on a single page. Intuitive user interface designed with the occasional and untrained user in mind for effortless editing. Then we have the enterprise architect, of course, and here we have an effective and secure segregation and governance of valuable and confidential EA information as a main benefit. But you have also the overcome acceptance barrier, avoiding complex user interfaces and irrelevant data. You can also complement the EA repository with automatic periodic data feeds from other case-wise models or other third-party resources. Another benefit is to monitor the ongoing data maintenance progress and subscribe to change notification messages. You can also enjoy the up-to-date EA information as a reliable basis for your analysis and recommendations. And I think there's a really very important benefits that you can get out of this solution. And I hope you found this webinar interesting. I will now answer your question that you have raised. For those who have to leave now, I would like to thank you for your attendance and hope to see you in one of our upcoming webinars. Have you missed the live webinar session? No worries. In order to watch the full webinar recording, please visit our website at datamaintenancemodule.com. You will also receive other related documents for downloading.